Hey, welcome back again. I just thought we would continue on with this very nervous horse. You can see her backing up. It's because I got a flag in my hand. She's worried. And actually, that's one of the things we're going to be addressing today, and I want to show you how we go about it. We're going to be working on. We did this the other day, and significant improvements. We're actually doing three things all at once. If you're paying attention, you'll notice that, I talked about the focus thing. Well, by constantly giving her something to do, anything, absolutely anything, it really doesn't matter, she's going to be paying more attention to me. And that works on that focus thing. The other thing that we're doing is, she doesn't particularly like this flag, so that's okay. We're going to work on her getting used to that, too. Well, she made pretty good progress the other day, but I can tell today she's already gone right back to get that thing a heck away from me. The other thing that she's not particularly good at is leading. Something as simple as leading. Now, she's not horrible, but it's not up to my standard. So I'm going to show you a few things that we're going to do. And we are going to include all of the above. We are going to get her paying attention to me. There we go. And we are going to teach her how to lead, which she has to pay attention to me for that too. And we're also going to work with this flag, which is going to keep her attention. And occasionally, if she's not paying attention, we just give the little flag a little wiggle like that, like I just did. And that'll get her attention. And this is something that you can do with any horse to improve its leading too. It's not just for the worried horse. This can be for absolutely any horse. I have particularly high standards for what I like. And you can see right now, this is perfect. Look at her. She's looking at the door again. And she doesn't do that as much, but I'm going to work on that every day. Oh, goodness, now she's calling the other horses. Oh, well. It's okay. We'll give her something to do. There. That got her attention. Now she's looking at me instead of the door. Good. And her boyfriend isn't answering back when she calls. But we're going to show you what we're doing here. Now you see she's trying to stay heck away from this flag because she doesn't like this thing much. But towards the end of this video, she's going to be getting better. But what we're going to do is keeping myself between her and this flag as a bit of a buffer because she's a very sensitive horse. I'm going to start waving this thing. Now, at first, she's going to go, holy crap, I don't like that thing. You can see her. I don't know if she's on camera or not, but she's pretty worried about this thing. And I don't want her over there. I want her behind me. Don't want her over there either. I want her behind me. And my flag's gotten all tangled up. There we go. Oh, we're just going to go for a walk here. And we're going to wave this flag back and forth. I'm between the flag and her, so on a particularly worried horse, this is a good idea. But I'm also, if she starts going that direction, I'm going to go that way. I'm going to get in her way. And with this flag, that encourages her to stay the heck behind me. And I'm just going to continually make turns. All of a sudden, I'm going to go back this direction. You see what's happening here? She wants to stay away from the flag, so she stays behind me where she's supposed to be. And because she really doesn't like this flag much, she's going to pay attention to what's going on because I'm randomly changing directions. And at the same time, she's also kind of getting used to this thing. So that eventually when we're done, we'll be able to do like we did yesterday and actually rub her all over with this thing. But actually, this is what you want. You see how she backs up now when I stop and back up? Actually, she'll do that even if I'm not waving the flag. She's getting better. But this is one of those things. And you'll notice all of a sudden, she's not calling the other horse anymore. She's not looking at the door. She's paying attention to me. Actually, oh, there we go. She did just look at the door, making a liar out of me. Didn't look at it for very long, though. She immediately, eyes came back to me. That's good. Oh, I don't like that. She's over too far there. There we go. We'll turn that direction. See, if she thinks she can just go wherever she wants, well, we'll just set her straight on that one. And that's what you do. If you see the horse turning that direction, well, you just go that direction. And if you see her go the other way, well, you just turn that way. And randomly go back and forth any old place you want. Because it's up to you. You can do whatever you want, and it's up to the horse to pay attention to what you're doing so that it follows your lead. And like I said, we're accomplishing 3 things at once here. We're getting her used to the silly flag. We're teaching her to lead. Oh, I didn't like that. She wasn't paying attention, so we're just going to quickly turn directions and get her to stay behind me where she's supposed to be. There we go. That wasn't very nice leading there, dear. There we go. She's not quite as frantic now, you notice that? When I do turn around and get the flag near her, she just more calmly goes and gets behind me. Because she knows this thing's now not going to eat her. It stays in front of me, away from her. It's not bothering her any. So, you see, there we go. See, already just in a short little bit. And we've only done this a couple times with her. This would be well, we did a little bit one day, not much. But, this would be the second full-length session of doing this type of thing. And when I say full length, I mean it might be more than 15 minutes, because you don't have to do things for hours on end to make them work. I mean, my goodness, this horse here, well, I've probably only worked with her maybe half dozen times now, and most of those sessions were relatively short. I think in total now we have probably maybe spent just over 2 hours with this horse. And already she has good days and bad days too on certain things, but for the most part though, she has made significant improvement when it comes to catching her, leading her in, even coming into the arena. First time I tried bringing her into the arena, she did not want to come into the arena at all. She was so worried that the first 2 times I brought her in here by herself, she actually relieved herself in the entranceway. She was that worried. As yet, she has not relieved herself since I brought her in here today. So that is a significant improvement in itself. And, I don't want you to think you have to do things my way or this is the way to do things. This is what I'm doing with this horse. That's me. That's this horse in these circumstances. And most of you probably aren't going to have a horse that's as worried as this one, because I can tell you, first couple times I brought her in here, if I wasn't paying attention, I definitely could have gotten hurt because she was all over the place. She was just a bag of nerves like you have never seen. But, each time we bring her in, she gets a little bit better, and from beginning to end. Even today, when we first brought her in, she was rather worried. She actually didn't want to come in all that bad today, but she did. There now she's relieving herself, so we'll have to clean that up. That's an indicator of how relaxed or worried a horse is. If it relieves itself a lot, and I've talked about this in another video, then it's pretty worried. If it can go for a 1-hour session and only relieve itself once, that's pretty normal. That's a pretty relaxed horse. I have one in particular, but she's a bit of an unusual horse. She can actually be in here for 2 or 3 hours and not relieve herself. That's an odd horse, though. Anyhow, that's just one of those things you can keep an eye on. It's an indicator of just how stressed out your horse is getting. But, like I said, just bringing her in. She was a little worried today, but not bad. She is much better than she was the first time I brought her in here. And every time I do have her in here from beginning to end of session, she improves, even in just a few minutes. And you've even seen, if you were paying attention, she has improved in just a few minutes that it has taken to do this video. And I had just brought her in. I hadn't done anything with her when I turned the camera on. Only thing I did is I took the short lead off, put the long one on, picked up the flag, and that's it. Turned the camera on. That's all I did. Nothing ahead of time. So what you got to see is exactly how fast she can transform in just a matter of a few minutes of spending a little bit of time with her. And that's exactly what you can get too. And here comes one of the barn cats. Oh, yeah, meow. Oh, yeah, one. She runs away when the horse snorts. But even to that, I mean, you see she's standing here on the slack lead now, all relaxed, paying attention to me, not too worried about the cat. There has been days where one of the cats walk under the door and she just about jumps out of her skin. So that tells you right now that there's a big improvement. And this is what, you want. And, like I said, what we were doing today was actually 3 things at once. And didn't really plan on trying to do multiple things. I don't like multitasking, but it worked out because she needed some work on the leading, and she doesn't like the flag much. And we want her to focus on me, so that focus thing, like I said, you can just about anything get the horse to do, we'll get it to pay attention to you. And that's what we're doing by randomly, constantly changing directions. She has to pay attention to what I'm doing because who knows what way I'm going, and she has to follow. Otherwise, the stupid flag's always there. And as long as she stays behind me where she's supposed to be, the flag is, I'm between the two of them, so I'm protecting her from the flag. That works. Helps her keep paying attention to me, helps her get used to the flag. Just all these things working together. Because, I've said it many times when it comes to horsemanship, is pretty much everything's interconnected somehow, anyhow. And, we're just taking advantage of that fact right now. And like I said, we're working on 3 things at once. But I just thought I'd show you how you can do that. One of the many ways you could do that. I'm sure you can come up with something else yourself. But I also want to show you just how chilled. Look at this. Completely chilled horse. In just a few minutes, she's standing there just relaxed, not worried about things. Well, I'm sure she will be if she stands here much longer. But, beginning to end, though, I think you're going to notice that there has definitely been a huge improvement. And, it's a good girl. And anybody that thinks old horses can't learn, well, here's, again, living proof. Look at how much she has improved in just, like I said, I don't think in total I've spent much more than 2 hours with this horse. And look how much she's improved already. She's got a long ways to go yet. We'll get there, though, all in good time. But it's one of those things I've mentioned several times before. Don't, and this is where the focus thing, not just with the horse, with you. Focus on how far you've come, not how far you have to go, because we got a long ways to go with this one yet, and it's going to be a long journey. But in a very short period of time, we have actually come a long way. So I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on our successes and our progress that we've made. And I'm not going to worry about what stands ahead of us, because we'll get there when we get there. And there's no rush on this one either. I kind of pick and choose the horses I work with. And this particular one, absolutely no rush. I can take all the time I want. It works into my schedule. She happens to be boarded at the same place as my horses, so it's very easy for me to, whenever I've got time, I can work with her. So we can take as long as it takes. And like I said, if it takes a year, no big deal. She's 21 years old and has never, a couple times she has been ridden successfully, but that was usually when there was a group of horses. She cannot be ridden alone. She'll put you on the ground in a hurry. We've established that. Talked to a couple people that have proven that, my observations are 100% accurate. She is horribly hurt about, gets real worried when she's by herself. Well, we're going to work on that, and I should probably explain how that works. Is what we're doing is we're trying to instill in her the idea that the human that she is with is a strong enough leader that she doesn't need to be worried when she's not with a bunch of other horses, because the human is quite sufficient. That human is a good leader, and that's where good leadership is important. And there's some people out there that'll even dispute whether or not leadership even belongs in horsemanship, and you can think what you want, but this is kind of proof right here. What happens if you're a firm and fair leader, if you're a good leader, you have to be a good leader. You can't just be any leader. There's proper leading and then just bullying. I explained that a few times, but, we're going to get her to the point where she sees the human as a sufficient leader, that she doesn't need to be all worried when she's not with other horses. And eventually, one of these days, we're going to throw our saddle on her and take her for a ride. It's going to be a while yet, but that's okay. like I say, she's 21 years old now. We got lots of time. And, it's not like, she's basically been an unrideable horse for this long, so if I take another year to make her a rideable horse, at this point, it doesn't much matter. But this is exactly my kind of thing. I like, there's no time constraints, no rush. I can go at the horse's pace, whatever works for her. She's starting to get it fixed on that door again. See her turning her head and looking that way. And that's what happens when you don't keep their mind busy. She'll start looking around and, she's concerned with that. Look at that. She keeps looking at that door. I'm going to do another video on that one, too, and explain to you how that works. Anyhow, if you find any use in my videos, feel free to subscribe. And don't just subscribe. Click on that little bell thing right next to the subscribe button. And click on all so that you get notified of all the videos. And hopefully you will actually get notified. I don't know if people are getting notified because lots of weird stuff going on in YouTubeville these days. And even the numbers on my videos, the number of views have been going backwards. I've got some that I know, several videos that I know for a fact are absolutely wrong. The number of views have gone backwards to one of my most recent ones. It's stuck at it only has gone up to 11 views and is stuck there. It hasn't gone up a view since. So I don't know. I don't know what kind of silly games they're playing or why, what's going on. But please do not judge the quality of the videos by the number of views that you see on them, because those numbers mean absolutely nothing. They don't mean a thing anymore. I haven't for quite a while, actually, from what I've been able to observe, because I've had quite a few that have gone backwards, some that have stalled, some that, I don't know, it's like they think I wouldn't notice. I mean, I don't really care because it doesn't change the quality of my videos. But anyhow, so hopefully you're going to at least get notifications. I know that people are still watching them because my watch time is going up. So I can go by that. That part apparently is still accurate, but if they screw that up too, I'll have no idea what's going on. But I'll still make the videos because I know darn well that somebody's watching them. I mean, not a lot, but they've been getting watched for years, and I'm sure there's still people out there watching them. So I'm going to keep making them, and hopefully we can provide you with some things that are going to be helpful to you and informative, and a little bit here, a little bit there, and all helps. I'm not going to pretend to be one of them super duper professional clinicians that will charge you thousands and thousands of dollars, but then I'm not going to charge you thousands and thousands of dollars either. I'm just going to share what I know as best I can for free. And if you like what you're getting for free, subscribe and click on all for the notifications, and enjoy. Have a good day.